Hey everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into, an article from the Economic Times
Okay.
from February 20th, 2025. And it's all about this, incredible device that's transforming how cervical cancer is being screened in India.
Yeah, it's using AI.
Using AI, exactly.
Really exciting stuff.
I mean, this is it's winning global awards. We're talking about serious innovation here.
Yeah, and it's really making a difference, especially for women in areas where, access to healthcare has been a major challenge.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's jump right in. The star of the show here is this device called the SmartScope CX, developed by a company called Periwinkle Technologies.
Right.
And what's incredible is this thing's portable. It uses AI to perform a cervical exam
And get the
and then boom, gives you results in 30 seconds.
30 seconds. I mean, can you imagine?
It's incredible, especially when you think about the context here. India has a really high burden of cervical cancer.
And regular screenings are so important for catching it early when it's treatable.
Yeah.
But, for a lot of women, particularly in rural areas, just getting to a healthcare facility, it's a huge undertaking. I mean, it could take hours, even days, just to travel.
Yeah. So 30 seconds suddenly sounds,
Revolutionary.
it just blows everything out of the water.
It just completely changes the game.
Yeah, totally. And it's not just the speed, right? The article talks about how this thing actually improves the accuracy of the diagnosis, thanks to the AI.
Yeah, the AI is like the brains of the operation.
Yeah.
It analyzes the images of the cervix and picks up on things that, a human eye might miss.
So it's like having a specialist right there.
Yeah, like right in your pocket.
With you in the exam room.
Exactly.
That's amazing. And they were saying it can even detect precancerous lesions, which is huge for preventing the disease from progressing, right?
Oh, absolutely. And it gives you these visual reports immediately so the healthcare workers can make decisions right then and there.
Wow. So it's not just about detecting cancer, it's about empowering those frontline healthcare workers too.
Exactly.
That's incredible. The article mentioned some numbers and I was floored. Since 2018,
Yeah.
they've screened over 350,000 women.
Wow.
And detected abnormalities in over 5,000 cases.
Think about the impact on those 5,000 women.
Yeah.
It's literally saving lives.
Yeah, totally. But I mean, it goes beyond the numbers, right?
Yeah.
What does it actually mean for a woman, let's say in a rural village in India, to have access to this kind of screening?
Well, it's about, taking control of your health.
Yeah.
It's about reducing the anxiety and fear that comes with not knowing. It means she can be there for her family, for her community. It makes a healthier life, a more productive life.
And that has ripple effects throughout her entire community, doesn't it?
Absolutely. Healthier women mean stronger families, more vibrant communities, and ultimately a stronger economy. This technology is quietly driving progress, all because of access to healthcare.
I love that. And the article was saying they're using this SmartScope CX everywhere. Government hospitals, private clinics, NGOs, even corporate health programs.
Mm-hmm. It's really reaching everyone.
Yeah, which is fantastic. And, it's not just in India either. It's reached 5 other countries already.
Oh, wow. It's spreading.
Yeah. Speaking of reaching new heights, let's talk about that award Periwinkle Technologies won.
Ah, yes. The Zaid Sustainability Prize. In the health category, no less.
That's huge. It's not just about the money, although $1 million is nothing to sneeze at.
Right. It's the recognition. It puts them on the global stage,
Yeah. It gives them credibility, attracts investors, partners, talent.
Exactly. It validates their whole approach.
And it shows the world that this model, using technology to solve global health challenges, it works. This isn't just about one company or one device. It's a blueprint for the future.
It's a whole new way of thinking about things.
Yeah, totally. But there's something we haven't really talked about yet, something I'm super curious about.
Oh, what's that?
The AI itself, the brains behind this whole operation. How does it actually work? And, are there any limitations we should be aware of?
Oh, that's a great question. And it opens up a whole other can of worms, so to speak.
Well, let's crack it open after a quick break, shall we? We'll be right back to delve deeper into the world of AI and the SmartScope CX.
So, where were we? Ah, yes, the AI, the magic behind the SmartScope. It's powered by something called deep learning.
Deep learning, huh? Sounds intense.
It is, but in a really cool way. Imagine you're teaching a kid how to spot different kinds of birds. You show the pictures of robins, sparrows, cardinals, point out the colors, the beak shapes, all that.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
It's kind of like that with deep learning. We feed the AI tons and tons of images of the cervix, some healthy, some not, and it learns to recognize the subtle differences, the patterns.
So the more images it sees, the smarter it gets.
Exactly. It becomes this like super specialist in identifying those telltale signs of trouble that honestly even a trained eye could miss sometimes.
So it's almost like having, a world-class expert available for every single screening, no matter where you are in the world.
That's the goal.
Mhm.
It's about democratizing access to that level of expertise, which is just amazing when you think about the potential impact.
Totally. But you mentioned earlier there are some limitations with AI, even with this deep learning thing. What are some of the things that might throw it off?
Well, one of the biggest factors is the data itself, the stuff we use to train the AI.
Mm.
If it's only ever seen images from, say, women of a certain age or ethnicity, it might not be as accurate when it encounters someone different.
So diversity in the training data is key.
Oh, absolutely. If the data isn't representative of the population being screened, there's a risk of bias, which could lead to missed diagnoses or false positives.
And that's the last thing we want, isn't it?
Exactly. That's why it's so important for developers to be really mindful of this, to ensure that the data is as diverse and inclusive as possible. It's not just a technical issue, it's an ethical one too.
Makes sense. What other limitations are there?
Well, just like any medical test, there's always a chance of error. Even with AI, we're talking about false positives, where the AI flags something that's not really there, or false negatives, where it misses something that is.
So even with AI, it's still important to have, a human in the loop, right?
Oh, absolutely. The AI is an incredible tool, but it's not meant to replace doctors and nurses. It's meant to work with them, augment their skills, and help them make the best decisions for their patients.
It's like a partnership then.
Exactly. And that's where I think the future of healthcare is headed, this seamless integration of human expertise and artificial intelligence. It's exciting.
It really is. And in the case of the Smart Scope, it's clearly making a huge difference, especially in those areas where access to specialists is limited.
Right. And the cool thing is the technology is not standing still. As we gather more data and refine the algorithms, the accuracy of these screenings just keeps getting better and better.
It's pretty amazing to think that a device like this could actually help prevent cervical cancer from developing in the first place.
It's potentially life-changing, both for individual women and for society as a whole.
Speaking of changing the world, let's circle back to Periwinkle Technologies. They've already achieved so much. What are their plans for the future?
Well, they're definitely not slowing down, that's for sure. The article mentioned they're using the prize money from the Zayed Sustainability Prize to really scale up their operations, reach even more women in underserved communities.
So they're walking the walk, not just talking the talk.
Absolutely. And it's not just about geographic expansion. They're also investing heavily in R&D, research and development to further improve the Smart Scope and explore new applications for the technology.
So they're not just a one-trick pony.
Not at all. They're building a whole platform for AI-powered healthcare solutions, and that's what's so exciting to me. This is about so much more than just one product or one company. It's about a new way of thinking about how we tackle global health challenges.
It's about using technology to make a real difference in the world. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, from the technical nuts and bolts to the potential impact, and even Periwinkle Technologies' ambitious vision. But I think it's time we zoom out a bit and consider the bigger picture. What does all of this mean for our listener? Why should they care about a device being used for cervical cancer screening in India? What's the takeaway?
That's a great question, and it gets to the heart of what makes this story so compelling. This isn't just about a medical device or even a company's success. It's about the power of human ingenuity to address complex challenges and make a tangible difference in the world.
It's about showing that innovation can come from anywhere, and that even seemingly small advancements can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond their initial point of origin.
Exactly. It highlights the interconnectedness of health, economics, and sustainable development. And it shows that investing in women's health is not just a moral imperative, it's a smart investment in a more prosperous and equitable future.
And it also underscores the importance of recognizing and supporting organizations like Periwinkle Technologies, who are using technology not just for profit, but for a purpose.
Absolutely. Their story is a testament to the power of vision, dedication, and a commitment to making a positive impact on the world. And it's a reminder that we all have a role to play in supporting innovation and advocating for solutions that address the world's most pressing challenges.
So we've delved into the technical aspects, the potential impact, and the broader implications of the Smart Scope CX. But now I'd love to hear your thoughts. What stands out to you from what we've discussed so far? What has resonated with you the most?
You know what strikes me most is the way Periwinkle Technologies has so effectively combined cutting-edge technology with a deep understanding of the social and economic context in which this technology will be used. It's not just about creating a brilliant piece of technology. It's about understanding the needs of the people it's intended to serve and ensuring it's accessible, affordable, and culturally relevant.
I completely agree. It's not enough to just have great technology. You have to have a vision for how that technology can be used to create meaningful change in people's lives. And Periwinkle Technologies clearly embodies that vision.
And what I find particularly inspiring is that this isn't just a one-off success story. It's a model that can be replicated and adapted to address other health challenges and, frankly, challenges beyond the realm of healthcare as well.
That's such a key point. This story sparks a really important question. What other areas, whether it's education, poverty alleviation, or environmental sustainability, could benefit from this kind of innovative thinking?
That's the real beauty of innovation. It opens up a world of possibilities, challenges us to think bigger and bolder, and ultimately inspires us to believe that a better future is within reach.
It's like a ripple effect. One innovation can inspire countless others, and those ripples can eventually transform entire systems and societies.
And the ZAID Sustainability Prize plays a crucial role in recognizing and amplifying those ripples, shining a spotlight on the most impactful innovations and inspiring others to follow suit.
It's not just about the award itself, it's about showcasing what's possible and fostering a global ecosystem of innovators, investors, and change-makers who are committed to building a more sustainable and equitable future. Well said. And for our listeners who are feeling inspired and want to learn more about Periwinkle Technologies and the SmartScope CX, we'll include links to the original article and the ZAID Sustainability Prize website in the show notes.
And remember, you don't have to be a scientist or an engineer to make a difference. Everyone has a role to play in supporting innovation, advocating for change, and creating a better world.
Beautifully put. So as we wrap up this deep dive, is there any final thought you want to leave our listeners with?
I'd simply encourage our listeners to keep exploring, keep learning, and keep challenging the status quo. The world is full of challenges, but it's also full of brilliant minds working to solve them. Be curious, be engaged, and be the change you want to see.
That's a fantastic point to end on. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of AI and its impact on women's health in India.
It's been a pleasure.
And to our listeners, thank you for being part of this journey. We hope you found it as insightful and inspiring as we did. Until next time, stay curious.
You know, what really stands out to me is how they, like Periwinkle, I mean, they haven't just like thrown some fancy tech at the problem. They've really thought about the people, you know?
Yeah, totally. Like, it's one thing to have a cutting-edge device,
Mm-hmm.
but it's got to work in the real world, right?
Yeah.
And they've managed to make it accessible, affordable,
Culturally relevant.
culturally relevant, exactly. It's not just a tech solution, it's a human solution.
And it's working. And that's what's so exciting. Like, this could be a model for, I don't know, so many other things.
Oh, like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, so like, what if we used AI to personalize learning for kids who don't have access to like good schools?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Or maybe a platform that like helps farmers get information about, market prices and stuff.
Yeah, using tech to empower people, that's what it's all about.
It's about thinking outside the box.
All right. Totally. It's not just about the tech itself, it's about using it in creative ways to solve real problems.
And I think for anyone listening who's like fired up now wanting to see more of this, definitely check out the ZAID Sustainability Prize website.
Yes.
They have all these amazing stories of like innovations from all over the world tackling all kinds of challenges.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe someday we'll be featuring your innovation on the deep dive.
That'd be awesome.
Right. So to everyone listening, keep those creative sparks flying. Even a small idea can turn into something huge.
Absolutely. Never underestimate the power of one good idea.
Well said. It's been fantastic chatting with you, diving deep into this whole, AI and women's health thing.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. Always inspired to see how technology can be used for good.
And to our listeners, thanks for joining us on this journey to India. We hope you found it as eye-opening as we did. Until next time, stay curious.